Mark Clements with NOLA.com, Thomas-Picayune over at Christian Life High School, your old stomping grounds.
Yes.
With Michael Clayton, former LSU and NFL wide receiver. And I guess let's start with why you're here. Y'all put on a camp, you and Jacob Hester put on a camp. And let's just kind of start with that and what it means to you to get back out here to your alma mater and kind of give back, and how this whole thing came to be.
Well, it's always, I believe, a responsibility of a community figure to always want to give back. And being from Louisiana, the support that I've received my whole life is the reason why I'm the man that I am today, because of the people from Louisiana. So it's important to come back and give yourself, to these young kids. We're fortunate enough to play a game, a sport that we love, and I was blessed to be able to, have a job and play it for pay. And all of these kids here inspired to be where I once lived, and it's important that they know each and every important detail to be able to sustain and be successful in sports and carry everything from sports to the off the field life, and how sports can help boost and help ground them in everyday life. So that's the goal here.
And you kind of mentioned some of the off the field stuff. I know that's one of the big things Christian Life really tries to instill. What do you kind of remember when you look back at your time here? What sort of memories stand out and when you look back on it?
Well, the sports memories are one within itself, but being that the name speaks for itself, Christian Life, you're able to establish a spiritual component, which I believe is the foundation for all, and that is the #1 goal. Not sports, not education, just establishing a spiritual life first, and then everything else, once that's established, how everything else just falls in line. And we have that privilege. You go to public schools, you can't talk about certain things. Here in this environment, I believe that the community wants their kids involved with this type of environment, and Christian Life definitely is engaged and ready to offer that, not only to just Christian Life kids, but to all of the kids in this community.
What do you think is one of the biggest things that you learned just from your success at LSU and then your time in the NFL that you're now trying to pass on to these younger guys?
That it doesn't last forever. Success doesn't make you. It's actually your failures that, what I've learned, the many times that I've come up short was my motivation to go get success. And I never would have had success if I didn't try, if I didn't fail, if I wasn't willing to get back up. So being at LSU with Coach Saban, him setting the bar so high, there was room for you to fail. But there was also that bar that was your marker to try to achieve every single day. So you really met success failing along the way, but having a support system to encourage you to stay in there, stay strong, stay mentally strong, and get back in there and continue to fight. And I was fortunate enough to have success winning the national championship at LSU. So I learned early what it took to be one of the best in the country in college. And I took that onto my college career, my professional career, and was able to weather the storm with the Bucks. Made a New York Giants football team, was able to be a leader there and win a Super Bowl. So the things that success have in common is, you have to fail to succeed. And we try to tell that to the kids. Don't be afraid to come up short. As long as you're trying, you're giving your very best effort, you're on the path to being successful.
And you mentioned Coach Saban and your time at LSU. How much do you still keep in touch with him, and how much do you still follow the LSU football program now?
Quite a bit. People in Louisiana, they kind of have a bad tooth in their mouth behind Coach Saban, but he's just a man that has always supported me. The things that he instilled in my life as a young kid at 18, 19 years old are things and principles that I live by today. And for that, I'll always respect him, love him, and honor the man that he was, because, not everybody is fortunate enough to get a great coach that cares about you more as a person than he does as a player. And I was fortunate enough to have that. And you know, we keep in contact a lot. I go up to Florida State with Jimbo Fisher and talk to his team. I go to Alabama and talk to their team every year. And you know, it was all love. When they retired my jersey here at Christian Life, Coach Saban was the first person to bring the Alabama football team here right off the plane, and came in and delivered a 20-minute speech at my high school retirement. So this is his character, and the reason why I still and will always support Coach Saban, because of what he did for me and my family and my career.
And now you have a lot of fans still here in Baton Rouge. Can you tell them a little bit about what you're up to nowadays? And are you in Baton Rouge full time?
Oh, not full time, man. But the day is coming where my wife is a doctor now, so we're trying to wait for the right time when she gets free. We may have an opportunity to get back, but just you know, when you're from Louisiana, you know, and growing up as a kid, everybody's diehard LSU. To be able to come here, have success, you know, people never forget. You know, I can't tell you how encouraging it is and how uplifting it is for young kids to come up to you and remember college memories back when they were probably babies, you know. And they'll remind me of a play and things like that, so they'll never forget. And it's always an honor. You know, that's why I'm so passionate about, you know, Louisiana kids, because I was a Louisiana kid, but I wouldn't have been successful if it wasn't for the people. And it's I feel like it's my duty to give back.
And you still keep up with the LSU football team and kind of go to some games when you can, get to Tiger Stadium?
Absolutely, man. We come back, try to make it back a couple of times a year. We go to the Florida game when we play the Gators. But I keep up with them a lot, and I keep up with a lot of the guys off the field, helping them, mentoring them through their college career, giving them some advice on how to handle, how to deal, and how to carry themselves. And that's what our program was about. Back in the day, the older guys reached back to us. You know, Rohan Davey, Rob Royal. You know, those guys reached back, never lost contact with us after they left. And it's a part about, you know, that's an important component about building a solid football program. Players that are invested wholly in their program and in their school, and giving back wholeheartedly.
Any players in particular you've kind of grown close with and try to mentor a little bit?
You know, I had Landry and Beckham, those guys. I really haven't gravitated towards this crew
Still
here.
There,
you know, but I had those guys in my wing that came out to Florida and trained with me as well.
Glad to see them obviously being successful
successful, man. So, you know, that's what it's about. And Coach Les Miles has done a tremendous job at involving all of the former players in the program in any capacity to help give advice in any opportunity that we can.
And I guess lastly, we'll bring it back to the camp. This is something I hope to keep doing. Coach said y'all want to, you know, in the future keep this camp going. That's something you want to kind of keep returning and giving back in the future when you can?
Absolutely, man. You know, the goal is to always get better. You know, I'm telling these kids it's an opportunity to get better. I had a camp here 2 years ago. And it was a free camp. We had a lot of little kids running around. It was a great environment. Wanted to do something different, do more of a skills challenge camp, bring in some more professional guys to help, you know, coach techniques, bring in video so we can record the guys and bring them back inside and help coach them on video, give them a college and pro type setting to learn from themselves. And, you know, every year, you know, we look to get better. There's a lot of young kids in this community that don't have the privilege of going to private schools. You know, this is an opportunity to come in, get involved, you know, help raise funds for the community to help kids who would have never had an opportunity to come get a great education from a private school to do that. These are things that I'm motivated to do, help out those kids in the inner city where I was from, you know, and the help that I received coming up as a kid, so it's very important.
I know I've heard only good things so far, reviews from the camp, so hopefully more success in the future for Christian Life and for Michael Clayton, Mark Clements, NOLA.com, Thomas Picayune.